Howdy doody everybody, welcome to my H3VR tutorial. Today we're going to be talking about shotgun shells and explaining all of them. So we've got our little shotgun here, and we're going to start off with double-aught buck. And that comes in a red shell. Stick that in there, and you know how a shotgun works. Point and boom. So, 12 gauge double-aught buck has about 10 pellets, and they're pretty big pellets, and you can see they don't spread out that much at this close range. This fairly close range anyway. Even though I am using a very short shotgun. Now, let's move on to number 2 buck. So you can see the shell color is a bit lighter than 12 gauge here in this game, and we're going to do that up, and boom! Now, number 2 buck has about 16 pellets, I believe. And as you can see, that spread is a little bit bigger. Pellets are a bit smaller. Alright, so moving on to number 4 buckshot. Note the color of these shells as well. It's just a handy dandy reference if you play take and hold or something to quickly know what you're getting there without having to sneak down and read the package. And when we're firing these, you can see the spread is even a little bit bigger, and the pellets are smaller and more numerous. I believe there is about 26 pellets in number 4 buckshot, 12 gauge. And noting the spread of all of those there, from smallest to largest. Alright, so next up is going to be the Slug. Now that is just a solid lead pellet all throughout there. Get a nice charge, and that's going to leave a mark. Pellets are very good at delivering a lot of energy into your target. And let's move on to the Flechettes. Now these are a bunch of little tungsten arrows. Hold on a minute. And I will find you a reference photo in a minute. Let's head on down there, and you can see looks like there's about 4 arrows in each, and those are very good at penetrating armor. And while we're down here, let's just take a quick look at the other areas of impact. Alright, moving on once again, we have the Dragon's Breath round. Now this is just a bunch of magnesium filings that ignite once fired. Now that doesn't do a whole lot of damage to enemies, but it can do some damage at close range and has a chance of setting them on fire. Now, next up we have the triple hit, which is basically just 3 little slugs in one shell. As you can see that once fired. We'll go up and take a closer look. Yeah, you can see right there, it's 3 little slugs that have a very tight spread. And for the rest of the rounds, we'll take this outside. Howdy doody everybody, here we are outside, and you know what, let's start off with the Dragon's Breath, which is going to give you a quick demonstration of how that behaves when shot associated at close range. As you can see, it can do some damage. That's a headshot, so it's more damage, and it has a chance to set them on fire. Alright, now let's talk about the Freedomfetti rounds, which are basically just confetti. There is a wad in there, which is basically a piece of paper or plastic to keep the material in the shell, and that can damage associate, as you see there. Here, I'll just shoot a few more so you can see that wad flying out there. Alright, now let's move on to flurries. These bad boys are some of my favorites. They're just so fun, they look great. Now keep in mind that because they're low pressure round, they will not cycle in an automatic or semi-automatic shotgun. So I like to break action here, or to use the little flare gun, which is available. As you can see, they light up, they're very pretty, I like that. They're good for dark areas. Alright, let's talk about swag rounds. Start off with the swag high explosive. Now, swag rounds are basically like little impact grenades for the shotgun. As you can see, you shoot them off, and they explode on impact. That's very fun. Let's give a few more of these, and I'll demonstrate on a crowd of Sosigs. Now, these are just high explosive rounds, so they will do some damage, but not a whole lot, even if it's in a crowd like that. And that's the HE variant. Now, this next variant is the FA, or Fragmenting Anti-Personnel round. It's pretty much the same, except you can see there is added shrapnel. You can see that shooting off. It's got a quick eye, and that will dispatch many a Sosig. Alright, next up is the Cannonball round. Now, these guys are fun, as I say about everything, but it's basically just big firework. You can shoot these at Sosigs, and you know, it's got stuff shooting out, so it'll certainly hurt him. I hit that guy in the chest, and it'll blind those guys too. That's fun. That's a fun, nice little added touch. Let's spawn a few more here, and boom. Alright. Thank you very much for watching my video, and I'll see you in the next one. Hope you enjoyed.